Greetings, soul family. It is with gratitude that I welcome you to Spirit Knocks for Brooklyn Mosaic. Today, we're going to talk about heightened sensitivity. You may have started your journey noticing that you are very sensitive to things that other people don't seem to pick up on. You may be very sensitive to light, to sounds, to energy, to other people's emotions. And we're going to talk about that and what that means. We're going to talk about it briefly, and then we'll probably go more into the definitions when I get into the terminology at a later date. But right now, if you notice that you hear a buzzing or a ringing in your ear, that's spirit. And you need to know that, and you need to know what that represents and what that means. Because obviously, there is some sort of communication taking place that you're missing. You also may notice that you hear things that other people don't seem to hear. Then a few minutes later, everyone else has caught on that, oh, that's what you heard. It's because your hearing is amplified, right? Just like your vision, you may be very sensitive to light. I know sometimes when I step out, the light seems really, really bright. But then there are other times where I am able to see things that other people are not seeing, especially colors, energy forces, and I'm currently working on auras, so I'll be sharing my process of refining that skill as well. So this heightened sensitivity also has to do with other people's energy, right? Like I feel what other people don't see. So there are certain people that just conduct themselves a certain way that is not in alignment for my journey. And I recognize that right away, and I don't want to be around them. And I have a right not to be around them. So I know how to deal with those people accordingly, right? I keep it very cordial, and I don't have a lot else to do with them. I'm really big on show me who you are, and I believe you. Our sister Maya Angelou said that because it's true. Basically, the way people behave, the way they treat you is how they feel about you. And that's fine. I think it's better to know. Then you can use discernment on how you want to proceed in the future. Don't take it personally. We are all having our own God experience. Someone said that to me, and I thought that was so beautiful because I was explaining how sometimes during this spiritual journey, I get really impatient with people who say they're about this spiritual journey and their actions and behaviors seem to be against the collective or not be in not be exhibiting unity for the rest of people or concern for how other people are affected by their behaviors. And this person said to me, like, you have to do everything in love, right? Even if you can get angry, but do it in love, right? Do it in a way that you're saying, okay, this person's annoying me. Why am I so annoyed by them? What is it in myself that this individual is representing that I need to work on, right? And when you do that, your life becomes very different, much easier and smoother and calmer. So when you're hearing things, take note. Is it your left ear or your right ear? Is it a buzzing sound or is it a ringing sound? Okay, that makes a difference. As far as your vision, when you're seeing things, are you seeing colors, right? If you're not seeing colors, are you seeing shapes? If you're not seeing that, do you notice things in your peripheral vision? Orbs, bubbles, little hairs. Pay attention to that stuff because we're going to talk about those things at a later date because they represent something and they represent something that you may not even be aware of. You've probably even gone to the doctor. I had a dear sister friend of mine say she went to the doctor to get her eyes checked, and the doctor used all kinds of expensive equipment and could not figure out what these little things were, these black dots that she claimed she saw in her peripheral vision. They could not find it on the equipment. I had the same experience where I went and was like, listen, I have this dot in my peripheral vision. They're not going to find that with machines. They're not able to pick up that life force with a machine. So we later discovered what that is, because now that I'm on the continent, I have a whole lot of that going on. And it's a beautiful thing. And we'll talk about that as well, what that might develop into, if you see that, what it means. And let's see what else. So we talked about sensitivity to light. We talked about sensitivity with your hearing. Let's talk about energy. You may be able to feel what other people don't see. So for example, you might walk into a club or a party, be there for like 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, you take a look around the room, be like, yeah, we need to leave. It's time to go. Everybody's like, what's up? We just got here. What's wrong with you? It's because you were able to detect energy in that space that either something's going to happen, something has happened, or that your energy is not in alignment with what that space presents. And you need to listen to that. And we'll talk about that as well. So I'm going to wrap this video up because I think you all get the point, and I look forward to the next video, family. Keep listening, keep watching, keep feeling. Blessings.